What's up, guys? All right, so I've not really said a whole lot about having this boat, the Pyranha Reactor. You know, I didn't know. So when the Indra and this boat came out, nobody told when these were going to be available. And, you know, as good as I like the Firecracker, you know, I was thinking I'll probably like the Reactor. But it just so happens I run across the Indra before they even was actually released, and they made me a super good deal in it, and I got the Indra. So, and I'm not sad that I got the Indra, even though when these come out, I was, you know, definitely was interested in them. And so today, just want to do just a little bit of a kind of a from an intermediate paddler's perspective. You know, definitely not a professional, and definitely not a class 5 paddler. 4 maybe, it just depends. 4 plus. When I get into 5s, it's just survival mode. That's all it is. So, but anyway, the first thing that is definitely, of course, everybody's seen it, and I'm not going to do like this detailed review. I'm mostly going to tell you, because there's plenty of videos out there from Wade Harrison, Matt Wallen, and definitely some others that'll go over all the specs and how everything works and everything. But the couple of things I do want to mention is I want to mention the Backband. And the Backband is super nice in this. This may be, I don't know, it may be the nicest Backband out there now. The seat adjustment, you know, of being able just to take this bolt out and adjust, that's good. I like that they put a wider track in. I think over time you'll probably have a lot less oil canning. So the, you know, the molded in with the hookers. Now it took me a while to get these adjusted to where they felt, you know, just right. But and this boat is so it and the Indra is basically the same width. But this boat rolls significantly easier than the Indra does. The Indra was a good boat, but it has a learning curve with it, because there's a lot more weight shifting you have to do. I feel like you have to be more aggressive with the Indra, but the Indra does surf really good on a big green wave. I mean, it's one of the better surfing creek boats that I've ever been in. I don't know that I cared for the negative tail rocker in the Indra. Now, I only got back-endered one time, but it wasn't because it was an Indra. There was everything getting back-endered on West Fork of the Tuck. I went too close to that rock into that hole, and me and a whole host of other people ended up swimming that day. But I will say this boat surfs nicely for a creek boat. Really, actually not just nice, it's really good for a creek boat. It might be just a little less than the Indra, but with the ease of rolling being much easier. This rolls similar to a Code, similar to a Waka Stoke. You know, it's a very easy, it's not hard to roll at all. So if I could hand roll, I could probably hand roll it. But since I can't, you know, I don't know if I can or not. My buddy Chris, he probably can. But the way that this thing, it's definitely more, if you've been riding a Code, which everybody knows that for a long time now, Code has been my favorite creeker, and it's not yet lost that place of being, to me, the best creeker out there. It might, this one is, I mean, it's really close to me of liking. Right there next to the code. They're pretty well just about neck and neck. As far as surfing, by far, this one is a lot better. It's super stable. I think that it will perform better in bigger water than the code does. It won't get pushed around as much as the code does. And this may, you know, this actually may, I can't say that it won't become my favorite creek boat of all time. I really like it. It definitely is. You can change direction on a dime with this thing. Like I can flat spin it really nicely. I've not had a lot of video of me in the boat because I've not taken it on anything. Whenever me and Wade went to Showa, he said he was bringing his code, so I brought the code and the reactor and decided just to ride the code that day. But yeah, this thing is a really nice. So far, I'm enjoying it. I do feel like with the rails on it, they're a little bit more. So this is, to me, how I tell people is it's like a sportier code. It's like a code, but just sporty. I can definitely get out of a hole easier in this boat. And I know what you guys may be thinking, well, didn't you get in that big hole above Kahuna in the code and get out? Well, yes, I did get in that hole accidentally. And I did get out, but it's probably just by the grace of God that I got out of that hole, because I was giving it every ounce of energy I had. And I've not put up the other video. The tail in that code was going so deep that the water was shooting over my back and over my head. That's how deep the tail was going. And finally I started letting it have it, and you know, it really took the tail, and then when it popped, it finally released me and I was able to get out. But yeah, that was not going to be good if I swim off of Kahuna, and I was going to try everything within me not to. But I do feel like that this one will come out of a hole much easier than the code. I'm not intending on getting back in that hole ever again, so we will not be testing it there. But from you know, just an intermediate paddler, I don't think if you're looking at getting one of these that you're going to be unhappy or dissatisfied. As far as all-day comfort, you know, the code is, to me, is still just a little bit more, not significantly more, but it's still a little bit more comfortable, you know, if it's an all-day thing. But I have had this in at the Whitewater Center for like 5+ hours. I was so tired I didn't even know if I could walk back to the land. And I was fine in it, you know, didn't have anything that was hurting me other than just being tired. So yeah, if you're thinking about a reactor and you're like, well, I see all these advanced paddlers talking about it, but what about just a normal guy? From a normal guy, you know, I really like it. And I'm looking forward to putting a few more scratches on it. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and you know, like, share, subscribe, all that mess. I need to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, help me out, share this video around, and you know, help me get to at least 1,000. All right, guys, we'll talk at you later. Bye now.